on to some more breaking news. After the hate killing of Kashmiri Pandit Sunil Kumar, anger has now spilled out on the streets of Jammu and Kashmir. We are witnessing massive protests that are being held by Kashmiri Pandits in the valley. My colleague Tejinder joins me on the broadcast. Tejinder, this is something that was expected. You know, after the shocking killing of another Kashmiri Pandit, another minority in the valley, in this case Sunil Kumar, who was killed yesterday because of terrorists. Now we see ample protests. What more can you tell us about the kind of sentiments that you see on ground and the demands by the Pandits in the valley?
There is anger among the Kashmiri Pandit community, both those living in Kashmir Valley as well as in Jammu. In Jammu today, large number of Kashmiri Pandits, they held a protest. They gathered at several locations and they condemned this terror attack, and they asked the government to ensure that lives of Kashmiri Pandits who have been living and working in various parts of Kashmir Valley under the Prime Minister's rehabilitation package, they are provided adequate security. Most of them, their main demand is that they should be relocated to safer locations, mostly in Jammu. The demand which the government of Jammu and Kashmir is saying that it cannot be fulfilled, but yes, some of the community members who have been working in the far-off areas, they have already been transferred to safer locations, to district headquarters, and also adequate security arrangements have already been provided by the Jammu and Kashmir police at those Kashmiri Pandit colonies. But in Jammu, today, large number of Kashmiri Pandits, they held a protest. They were chanting anti-Pakistan, anti-terrorism slogans. They were saying that the government should immediately provide them security. They don't want to become sitting ducks. They don't want to be used as cannon fodder. So they want safety. We saw after Kashmiri Pandit Rahul Bhatt was killed just a couple of months ago in Chadura area of Badgaon, we saw that there were several Kashmiri Pandits who left Kashmir and they returned to Jammu to safer locations. Many of them, they went back to Kashmir, they rejoined their jobs, and now they are saying that after the killing which happened yesterday of a Kashmiri Pandit Sunil Bhatt and injuring his brother who was injured, there is now a fresh sense of fear among the Kashmiri Pandit community living in Kashmir Valley that they can become target anytime. Yes.
All right, Tejinder, thank you so much. So this is the sentiment that we see in the valley. This is pretty much on similar lines from what we've seen during the killing of Rahul Bhatt, where we'd seen Kashmiri Pandits spill out on the streets of the valley, protesting, demanding a safe haven for themselves and their family members. We'd leave it at that and shift focus